This season, first 4 games, not great. Last night, excellent. Is everyone done doubting Kirk?
Okay, so this is about Kevin Wildes.
Well, I basically said exactly what Raheem Morris said.
So before we get to the Kevin Wildes piece, especially because Coach is here, I want to make this point. I think the play of the year in the NFL was the Falcons' last offensive play of regulation. Getting a ball over the middle in field goal range and getting the operation to spike it. Doing this in 7 seconds is as good as it gets. Yeah. And that is coaching, that's players, that's everything.
No, you
also the Lions
and Tampa.
It is the official.
Yeah, and the official.
The absolute MVP of that play.
I'm going to take Dallas 45 seconds.
And if I'm Tampa Bay, I am angry that guy moved that way. Yeah. Because typically it takes about 14
honestly,
to 16
Coach,
seconds.
before we go, can I, if I'm the the nose guard, can I just get jostled around and hit that ball?
You can lay on him a little bit longer. Like Tampa was a little too helpful, but it was just a great job by them. But so now that niceties are done,
have worked.
Now here is this is about Kevin Wildes, because Kevin Wildes lectured me and Brew and scoffed at us for our fact that we didn't think Kirk Cousins' career was over after week 1.
His career was
okay, all right. Well, let's see. Wow. This is how we started a show. Week 1 of the NFL season. Play the tape.
Oh.
Live from New York. It's the show that thinks tearing your Achilles is a big deal. Tore your Achilles, and now you don't look anything the same. Sure, it's just a defensive scheme. Oh, Mike Tomlin. No, Mike Tomlin did not affect how Kirk Cousins is moving around.
Okay, all right.
Just telling you, I'm right about it. I know what it is, the Achilles, Chase. I'm no long-time quarterback in the NFL, but I'm going to say it's the Achilles. I need to be proven otherwise. For Achilles injuries, it starts my baseline is a presumption of you'll never be the same. And I have to, until you show me that you are the same, I start here. Other people say, you're eventually on the path to being the same. I don't view them that way. I haven't since Greek mythology. 100% right.
What?
I was 100% right. I need to be proven that he could throw for 500 yards. Last night, we had proof of concept. His Achilles looks like it was healed and playing well. Well, that's not an outrageous take.
The first game back, you
wrote them off.
You didn't even
to get people doing diagrams where he couldn't stand the same way.
Yeah, and Brew and I said it would get better, and you were like, not in my experience.
It could. Well, I don't know. There's been a long history of it.
Greek mythology.
Yeah,
Greek mythology. Ever heard of the Achilles heel?
Yeah,
it actually is in your body.
You did that bit.
The other thing that is happening in medicine.
Okay.
Hamstrings are the new Achilles heel. You get a hamstring, it doesn't heal for 3 months. You get an Achilles, you can be back out there running somehow.
Yeah. Brew, I mean.
I don't know, wow.
What?
I mean, I'm not buying it. Nice try.
He played better. Raheem Morris
Better?
on the same page.
Better?
He threw 500 yards.
Yeah, in the last 4 games, he was averaging 216.
Yeah,
That's why I wanted to see it.
It took him a little while to get going.
That's what I said.
No,
you said he never get going.
I didn't say never. I said I need to be proven. I said I need to see it. I'm not just going to assume that Achilles are like spraining your wrist.
Pittsburgh's defense on the same play.
Right, exactly. You use the voice you use to make fun of me, to make fun of Mike Tomlin, to doubt
No, that was
Cousins.
making fun of analysts who were saying it was the Pittsburgh scheme.
But it was.
They got standing like this rather than like that. He couldn't push off.
Those analysts were correct. The very next week, he cooked up on Monday Night Football against the Eagles.
Against the Eagles.
Eagles were a playoff team last year. And they're going to win that NFC
Who has the worst pass? He cooked the Eagles, the worst pass defense in the league.
Derek Carr couldn't cook the
He did well against the Chiefs, well-ish. That's a great defense.
They didn't even talk about the game. Oh, my God. I guess I'll talk about the game. My Lord. That was just like, hey, let's just make fun of Kirk Cousins. I can't believe they didn't even open with the show. Only Kirk Cousins throws for 509 yards and 4 touchdowns. Has an epic, 1 minute and 10 seconds, however long, to tie the game. And then overtime, touchdown, and we barely get it. I mean, that game was unbelievable. That game was fun. That game was exciting. It shouldn't have even been that hard, quite frankly. The Falcons really kind of did themselves in with, missed field goal, drop passes. But Kirk Cousins looked unreal. And I said this in my herd clip where this will be such a perfect example of how you can be a game changer from the pocket. You know, everything that Kirk Cousins was doing, his anticipation, if you actually watch the game, they even highlighted a little bit, his anticipation, his timing when he's throwing the ball was just, it was elite. It was just, there's no other way to put it. It was top level. And that's what you get with a seasoned veteran who's been around, who's as good as Kirk Cousins. People always act like Kirk Cousins is not that good, and he's a lot better than you realize. That's what you get. And he proved it right there. I mean, God, 500 yards is insane. I mean, it really, really is. He's making so many tight window throws in traffic. He was throwing with such confidence. I mean, like, he knew where he wanted to go, and he just let it rip. It was awesome. Obviously, the defense was struggling a little bit. They made Baker Mayfield look like he was Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek Hill out there. So they definitely have to figure that out. But I mean, the Falcons got exactly who they thought they were getting with Kirk Cousins, right? They really, really did. This is exactly why they went out and paid for Kirk Cousins, because they weren't getting this in the draft, you know, year one. They're not getting this with any of the other quarterbacks that were available at that time, and that's why they got him, right? For this exact moment. They haven't had this in years, and they have it now for 5 games, and he now has 3 game-winning drives this season alone. It's insane. And he has 15 total, I think, in the last couple of years, which is 4 more than anyone else, than anyone else that's behind him. So, really, really incredible game. And they were kind of complaining, because you could see, I think it was this clip. Yeah, I think it was, because it was the Weird and Wonderful. Let me see if I can get it queued up. Oh, no, actually, it was not this one. Sorry, I apologize. Where they had him, like, celebrating and going crazy in the locker room, and they're, you know, spilling water and everything. And they're like, that's kind of a big celebration for just a regular season game. And it's because they're team building right now. Kirk Cousins is new to the franchise. He's coming back from the Achilles injury. It's a big moment for not only Kirk, but also the franchise at home, right? Like, this is how you start to build momentum. This is how you start to build an identity. This is how you start to build a locker room family, a team family. And all of those things really, really matter and go a very, very long way. So it's just awesome to see the Falcons get this. Obviously a big win over a divisional rival. It really helps them because if they lost this game, right, they dropped down to 2-3, and now the Bucks get higher and higher. So this game was a huge game. This game was definitely a incredibly important win. And finally we got a really exciting Thursday night game. And so, but yeah, also having him throw 58 times, which if it wasn't for other plays, he would have thrown for over 60. I mean, that's crazy. I don't know how sustainable that is at all. It can't possibly be sustainable. So the Falcons definitely have to do a little bit more offensively. I think their run game needs to be more integrated with their passing game. They need to speak to each other, right? It either feels one or the other. It either feels we're going to pass in the run game, you know, we just have to do because I guess we have to. We can't just pass every single time. Or it feels like it's reverse where it's just like run. And yeah, we got to pass because we got to pass, right? We can't run all the time. They need to start to speak to each other. They need to be more complimentary of one another and work off of each other. Set one another up. That's what I would like to see more from the Atlanta Falcons. But it was also great to see Pitts finally getting involved. Just a lot of great moments for this team. They did escape a narrow defeat, right? Like that absolutely did almost happen. But either way, big win for the Falcons. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons? Are you done doubting Kirk Cousins? And are you done doubting the Atlanta Falcons? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.